But dividend stocks, they're safe. Just buy dividend stocks. They never go down. Just collect the dividends and generate passive income and never work again. Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. There's actually a two-part video today. We're going to talk about Verizon and AT&T and why they've imploded. And we're going to remind you all the dangers of buying individual stocks and dividend yield chasing and dividend investing, because there are lessons to be learned for Verizon stock and AT&T stock being absolutely destroyed today. And remember, when the stock goes down, that always means it's bad. So let's go ahead and check out Verizon, and let's go ahead and check out AT&T. So Verizon, which is a stable, safe, amazing, oh my God, Andrei, super awesome dividend stock, is down 7.5% today. And no, it's not because of ex-dividend. No, the stock is actually down because of fears around lead cables. Now, apparently Verizon and AT&T and I guess other telecoms, back in the day, many years ago, they would put cables in the ground, right? They would run lines in the ground. And these old school cables had lead. And this new Wall Street Journal article, we'll look at it in a second, basically said that these lead cables are leaking lead into our water supply. And now everybody's freaking out because they think Verizon and AT&T are about to get sued and they're about to be liable for a lot of damages. Now let's think about this here, okay? Is this possible? 100%. Is the market potentially overreacting? Maybe. Here's the thing. Could anybody have predicted that this was going to happen? Be honest. Maybe you're some weirdo that actually knew about potential exposure for this, but the vast, vast majority of investors, and especially YouTube clowns, had no idea that this risk was baked into this stock. And because this risk materialized because of this unpredictable Wall Street Journal article, AT&T and Verizon stock have collapsed. Let's look at it. Over the past 5 years, the stock is down 38%. The last time it was trading at this valuation was, oh my God, a long time ago, almost a decade ago, more than a decade ago. This stock has been absolutely destroyed. Now, here's a perfect example of why you are taking more risk than you might think buying individual stocks. This is the reason why. Now, I show you this channel, The Patient Investor. I don't really watch this guy that much, but I decided to click on his video today. And the reason I did is because I knew Verizon got annihilated. And then he says in this video, is Verizon stock a buy near its 52-week low? Verizon analysis. Mr. Stock Picker, Mr. Sign up from my Patreon, bro. Mr. I'm so smart and amazing. And I'm sure index funds are for losers, right? You know, because you just know how to pick stocks. Let's listen to what he says at the end of the video. Hopefully my freaking volume's on. Actually, let me make sure the volume's on before I do that. We're going to watch the end of the video, and then I want you to hear his analysis. And I want you to hear what he didn't mention in his analysis. And spoiler alert, he doesn't mention anything about the lead cables.
This is what I normally do with a lot of those, high yield stocks. I talk about the strategy in my own investment group if you're interested in joining. But I still believe Verizon looks interesting at such prices. But I would pay close attention to their debt situation and what the management actually says in the next quarter or two. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please press the like button and maybe consider subscribing. So I hope to see you in another one.
Okay, so basically, watch the debt levels. Blah, blah, blah. Was there any mention of lead cables? And guess what happened? He puts his pinned comment. This video was recorded prior to the recent event around lead cables. I am not sure. Oops. I am not sure of the effect it could potentially have on Verizon or AT&T. Now, does this make him a stupid investor? No, it doesn't. Well, partially it doesn't. Because there's some things that happen that you can't predict. That's the problem with buying individual stocks. He did a financial statement analysis. He looked at the debt, the dividend yield. He's going to sell covered calls. And then you can sign up for his Patreon, bro, and all this crap. But guess what he didn't predict? of a random lead cables incident. Makes you wonder. Maybe you think you're a genius stock picker, but maybe you're taking more risk than you actually think you are. That's why I say 5% stocks, the rest index funds. But you do whatever you want, okay? So the problem with valuing Verizon now is when you have something like this, right? So you can look at the financial statements, which show you past history. You can see their prior profit margins. You can see their debt to equity ratio. You can see all sorts of crap. You can do whatever analysis you want. But when it comes to potential liability, future liability, this is the same thing with 3M. It's unknowable. You cannot calculate it. There's so much uncertainty that if you bought this stock, it could go two ways. You could find out that the market overreacted and you get compensated with some return. Or if you buy the stock now and then it turns out their liability is bigger than the market even anticipated, guess what? The stock's going to go down even more. It could even destroy the equity of the company because once you have a liability that you think is estimable and probable, you have to record that on your financial statements. So all of a sudden, these companies, AT&T and Verizon, could suddenly have massive liabilities on their balance sheet, contingent liabilities, potential liabilities for having to clean up all the lead. Now, what happened is there was this Wall Street Journal report, okay, and they had researchers collect samples as part of their investigation. They found that there was lead contamination was present. The amount measured in the soil was highest directly under or next to the cables for all these telecom companies and dropped within a few feet, a sign the lead was coming from the cable. So the Wall Street Journal, it looks like they did their own research. They hired some researchers and they sent the researchers out and then they had this bombshell report. And everybody sees this bombshell report. And then we have this senator right here, Senator Malarkey, demands answers from telecom industry following reports of lead contamination. So now there's senators. This is the chair of the Senate Environment and Public Works Subcommittee on Clean Air, Climate, and Nuclear Safety. I didn't even know that existed, to be perfectly honest. But this chairman, he's pissed. He is mad. Okay, he wants answers from Verizon. Okay, he has all these demands. Do the companies know the locations and mileage of lead sheath cables? You know this and that and that. Not good when the government's that mad. Okay, and then we have telecom cable facts. This is the companies, Verizon, AT&T, whatever, responding. Okay, so basically it's a big unknown. We have no idea. If anybody comes and says, unless they're like a lead cable expert, they have no freaking idea. Okay, we know the cables were laid between 1880 and the 1950s. Okay, how much? What's the liability? How many of them are leaking? How many of them are contaminating the soil? I have no idea, okay? So if you're thinking about buying the stock, I mean, people can give you their opinions, but this is one of those things you cannot predict. This is a gamble, okay? So be very careful when you're listening to clowns like, oh, here's my financial statement analysis. I think it's called idiosyncratic risk. It's individual stock risk. It is the risk that your company, something unexpected will have to your company. You should probably consider not putting a lot of your portfolio in individual stocks because you're going to end up like this clown right here, posting this video, and then the day he posts the video, something pops up. But you know what? He'll probably get more subscribers. That's how YouTube works, okay? So this is just a little anecdote, all right? And the last thing I want to say, dividend yield. What are the dividend clowns going to do? They're probably not even going to read articles about it, or they're going to say, oh, it's probably not a big deal, the liability, with their neck beards. And then they're just going to buy it because it has a high dividend yield. Well, if this company incurs a lot of liabilities and they have to spend money to pay those down because they get sued or whatever, you might lose your dividend, okay? Your dividend might get cut. So be very careful, okay? Let's do some comments. But it has a dividend. A dividend. A dividend. Dividend. Buy the dip. Did you scoop up Verizon and AT&T? Oh, yeah, man. I sold all my VT. I bought it all, man. I'm an expert in lead cables. I can assure you, sir, that you should just buy the dip with your entire portfolio and your grandma's portfolio because it's a stable dividend stock that can't go down. There went everybody's dividend. Yeah, if they get sued, man, you say goodbye to your dividend, boy. Apparently, Kingdom thinks he's taking the high road by ignoring Strongman. There is no high road and low road. There's only the top, the bottom. We all know. Oh, yeah. Look, on his little live streams he talks so much trash about me. And then now he's pretending like he's taking the high road. What a freaking loser. Nice fade, Belly Boy. Thank you, Scott Schaefer. I'm curious how Tesla stock will react when the toxicity of batteries is revealed. It'll go up. It'll go up 50%. I like your stock market investing philosophy, but I wish you delved deeper into bond investing. For instance, I think the only bond fund you need is BNDW. We will talk about bonds later. I mean, I'm pretty familiar with bonds. I'm not a bond expert. I'm not the bond king like that other clown idiot. But I have a pretty solid understanding of bonds. We'll talk about that later because accounting, actually is pretty pertinent to accounting. I actually did in the CPA exam. There's a whole section on bonds. Let's see. Dog man, buy some BYD shares to dab on Tesla shields when BYD takes over the. I think a lot of that's probably already priced into that company, man. Bro, you're fear mongering, LOL. Just like the hit piece. This is the time to buy these companies. Verizon and AT&T will last. How do you know that? And the point of the video isn't to buy the dip now. The point of the video is you can buy a stock and then something comes out of left field and wipes you out. This could destroy these companies. I'm not saying it might, or I don't know the probability, but if there's massive liability, I'm telling you, these companies could be hurting for a long time. Okay. That's the risk of buying individual stocks. Now, if you had a dividend ETF, you wouldn't have felt anything today, probably. You think VT moved because of this? Verizon should turn the lead cables into you-know-whats and donate them to you-know-who for government. I don't even know if I can say those words. Dang, I bought AT&T today. Like, that's the problem, okay? Keep it to a small part of your portfolio. It'll take them forever to decide who's at fault. The fines are always low. AT&T has been split up multiple times. He was scared of AT&T does this. I do 70-80% index funds and 20 to 30% individual stocks, currently underperforming the indices. Each day thinking about cutting individual stocks. I mean, you're still better than most, man. Most people are freaking clowns. Teddy Zane is pumping. And what is that? Is that another clown stock? Where do these people find these things? I'd rather buy Verizon than AMC. I mean, I guess. Dividend! Lead poisoning. See, if this was Tesla stock, it would go up. It wouldn't go down. It would go up. Welcome to Clown World. I bet you Tesla's going to have negative cash flow. I was watching a Meat Breath video today, and he's like, be prepared. Tesla may have negative operating cash flow in this next earnings. Tesla's going to go up after that. Their margins are going to go down. Their cash flow is going to be negative, and the stock's going to go up. Welcome to Clown World, ladies and gentlemen. I just have a target date fund. Nothing wrong with that. No problem with that whatsoever. I would definitely have that in a tax advantage account, though, because I actually got burned on taxes one year. Let's see. I wish this government cared. Yeah. This proves that even if the market is scrutinized, there are still too many unknowns. Exactly. This is such a beautiful example. Such a perfect example of the risk. Let's see. Hey, strongman. I'm sure he does. Hello, good sir. My dividends no. Bye-bye dividend. AT&T is yielding approximately 8% now. Passive. Yeah. Oh, it was yielding 8%. Yeah. Mike Staff has actually said this would happen. Of course he did. He knew, bro. He put a short on this morning. He just knew. Good Lord. Let's see. Jeremy knew this as well. Of course, Jeremy predicted this. But if you're right 6 times out of 10, you're winning. No, it depends. But it's the whole point is you don't know. Make more accounting videos. My fans rioted when I did that. Jeremy said he was smart to avoid T all these years, but he bought Tattoo. See, I didn't buy AT&T. I'm such a genius. But I bought Tattoo Chef, Voyager, Smile Direct Club, this and that. Honest my bonus. But I didn't buy T, so Bob, of course, bro. I agree with you, Howard. This is usually the time to buy. This is one of those situations where you can't calculate. Okay. It's impossible to know. How do you know their liability? You don't know. It's impossible to predict unless you're an expert in pipe laying, cable laying. Jeremy. Oh my, did he really say this today? Oh my God. They aren't growth companies. Their dividends future is in question in my mind, laden with debts. Lots of downside. I'm not opposed to grabbing some. If you want a safe yield, directly buy U.S. government, federal government bonds. There's a yield, okay? Probably not going to be an amazing yield, but it's a federal government bond. It's probably the safest you can get out there. Then just hold it till it matures. That's a yield, okay? Dividends can go away. Let's see. Imagine if Verizon gave out, oh, to the moon. 90 people. Yeah, I'm actually getting a lot in this stream. Wow. I need to talk about individual stunks more. I need to join the grift. I'm 50% index, 50% individual. Individual performing better, but only because I'm up. I mean, you got lucky at that, or maybe you're a genius, but you got to keep doing that over many years. Good luck to you. Voldemort Zelensky is definitely allocation is key. That's why I always say 5%, you know, just for fun. Makes you feel good. Can you tell us to buy your book and tell us where it's at? Yes, that is a good point. You should buy my book, Stop Being a Broke Loser. It's on Amazon. It's on Amazon. Buy my book, bro. Stop being a broke loser. Amazon. That's where my book is. What's the best AI stock to buy? VT. It's actually predictable. Lead is nothing new. It's just like mold, no biggie. That's your. I don't know anything about lead. Yes, Jeremy's new video said he avoided tea because he read it's. Oh my God, he's such a dork. He doesn't know how to read financial statements. Are you serious? You think Jeremy has expertise in financial statements? Seriously. Got my target date fund. At least I admit, like, I don't know anything about lead. Okay, I admit it. I don't know. Jeremy, oh yeah, I know how to read balance sheets. Yeah. Oh. Got my Jenna Ross, so safe, not well off enough to need a tax. There you go. No complaints. I've been watching your old vids. I really enjoy them, but my gosh, the drama made you a lot more eccentric. I like it. Well, I also like, I just developed as a YouTuber. I'm more comfortable. Before, like, if you watch my old videos, I'm like, I am strong man. I'm scripted. I'm strong man, personal finance. Your name is Christopher Bell. That is my name, yes. Stop being a broke loser. How annoying are Jeremy's thumbnails? They are all the same surprise face. Hey, that's how you become a millionaire on YouTube. He knows what he's doing. You have Verizon and AT&T and VT. You're down massively. That's true. You know what? That is 100% true. Lefebvre did get saved by Meta, though. Yeah, it's making him look good, but I mean, number one, he was buying it for a long time before it dipped. And number two, you can buy a bunch of stocks, and eventually one of them will go up. Doesn't mean you're a genius. What are the liabilities for Tesla? I don't know. We'll look at their financials when the earnings come out. Can I sue Tammy? Who's that? At least he saw the opportunity. Lead caused a lot of child development. Yeah. You don't know the result, man. They could get sued to oblivion. Can I sue Jeremy for being a tool? Jeremy did nothing wrong, bro. He's a good guy. If I buy a book, will you sign a Bob on my yacht? Well, here's the problem, okay? I don't have the books. You buy it from Amazon, they print it, and they mail it to you. I don't do anything with the books. I uploaded my manuscript, and that's it. I have nothing else I do. I just get paid when somebody buys it. I get like $4 or $5 a sale. I'm rolling in dough. I'm just letting you know. I'm a rich man. All right, guys, that's it. Be careful. You know, keep it to a small part of your portfolio. Have fun with it, but don't be stupid with it. And I just wanted to laugh at the patient investor. Oh, gosh, I'm so smart. Oh, financial statement analysis. Oh, the stock went down. Cheers.